Assalamu alaikum, good evening and namaste.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome to the reception on the occasion of 64th anniversary of India's Republic Day. Happy Republic Day. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it promises to be a very beautiful evening. We have the formal bit and then we have a very relaxing bit as well, the cultural program, and also a very beautiful dinner awaiting you all. To begin this beautiful evening, we start with the national anthem, both first India and then Maldives.
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे Dosti-Ekuverikan matiti begin kuri me salam Qaumi bahum ginahe dua kuramun kuri me salam Nasra nasiba kamiyab geram zakam himene Fesaratai hudai ki fenumun kuri me salam Qaumi Ekuverikan matiti begin kuri me salam Qaumi bahum ginahe doa kuramun kuri me salam
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First is the address by the High Commissioner of India, His Excellency Mr. Rajiv Shahare. Distinguished guests, please welcome His Excellency Mr. Rajiv Shahare.
Honorable Speaker, Her Excellency Foreign Minister, Ms. Dunya, Minister from the President's Office, Mr. Sharif, Defense Minister, Economic Development Minister, Housing Minister, and my apologies if I'm not able to speak out other ministers, Transportation, Chief of Customs, Chief Election Commissioner. The attendance shows that how much love we have between India and Maldives. A very, very good evening to you all and warm felicitations on the 65th day, Republic Day of India. It was in 1950, 26 January 1950, that India adopted its constitution. We, the people of India, as it says. And the four main pillars of our constitution: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. on 26 January, we reaffirm ourselves, repledge ourselves to these basic tenets which carry on in our country. These are the founding principles, the framers of our constitution as they had envisioned India 65 years back. The resounding success of India today is a testimony of the vision of our great leaders, the freedom fighters, and today is the time to salute them. While we attained our independence in 1947, it was 3 years later that we adopted the Constitution. It shows that how much deliberation went into writing the Constitution, debating it through. And although we adopted in 1949, we chose deliberately January 26th, the date, as it was in 1930 on the banks of Ravi that Shri Jawaharlal Nehru pledged for complete freedom, as he called it, Sampurna Swaraj, and hence the leaders in their wisdom chose, rightly so, January 26th as our Republic Day. We have come a long way and still very long to go. 6.5 decades of the country has seen tremendous ups and downs. From abject poverty, where we were taunted that India would not be able to feed its teeming millions. Today, we stand completely self-sufficient in food grains. We stand with one of the largest economies. Today, our economy is close to $2 trillion. The recently concluded Davos Economic Summit says that India will be a 15 trillion economy by 2030. And this is because, once again, the far-sightedness, the vision of our leaders that they had seen and envisioned the country that what India stands today. Maldives has always been very close to us. This has been demonstrated by the leadership from both sides. We've had high-level visits, exchange of bilateral visits constantly at the highest level. All our prime ministers have visited. From here to, we have had all presidents visiting India. Constant interaction at ministerial level. And very, very deep, time-tested, historic people-to-people contacts. Since several millennia, the waters of Indian Ocean have brought in the confluence between India and Maldives. The recent visit by His Excellency the President is once again a testimony to that. In the words of His Excellency the President himself, it was a very highly successful visit. Our own President said that the visit has opened a new chapter in our bilateral ties. Indeed, it has. And I'm sure that this augurs extremely well. The visit took place very early in the year, and I'm sure 2014 is going to see further deepening of ties and also years thereafter. There are a number of issues that were raised during the visit. There were certain concerns. There were certain other aspects. And I think all those issues have been suitably addressed. We lifted the ban on, or rather restriction on aggregates on the day of arrival of the President. That was 1st of January 2014. And I am very happy to announce one issue which has been a worrisome aspect, that is regarding the visa issue. I've been getting constant reminders from various ministers, and from the President's office as well. I'm extremely happy to convey today that henceforth, there will be no visa restrictions. Maldivians can travel freely to India for medical purpose and for tourism purpose, and there will be no, you would not require that 2-month gap as well. This is a very, very privileged aspect of visa we have not granted to any other country. Other nationals are required to have a cooling off period of 2 months. Maldivians will not have, because this is a very privileged relationship, a very special relationship that we have between India and Maldives. There are a number of other issues. Of course, we have always been very close, and we have partnered Maldives in its developmental endeavors. I've been reading some of the old papers in the mission, and there are such warm reports indicating the depth of our ties. When Rajiv Gandhi, our late Prime Minister Shri Rajiv Gandhi, visited here, that time former President Gayoom asked him, saying that the country does not have a hospital. Rajiv Gandhi promptly said that there shall be one. And I think that is the result in what we see, and what we call today as the symbol of our partnership is the Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital. And we shall now, it has been quite a while, more than a couple of decades since it has been built, and we shall be undertaking its renovation very shortly. And there are a number of other such projects which are in the pipeline that we shall be undertaking as part of our endeavor to partner Maldives in our bilateral engagement. We are also totally committed to the capacity building aspect of Maldives. We shall continue to extend training slots and scholarships for the benefit of Maldivian students. We shall also try and increase them in the days to come, as and when the demand so arises. We shall certainly do that. We have a very robust defense engagement, and we shall continue to see the growth in our security and defense ties. Needless to say that the Indian Ocean belongs to us. It belongs to Maldives, it belongs to Sri Lanka, it belongs to India, and hence the security is with us countries, and we shall be, it is we that we should look after the security of the region. And we are so very happy to see the echoing and tremendous resonance and consonance of views on this issue. We are extremely thankful to Maldives in this regard. We launched a Dosti-Ekuverikan week 6 days back. His Excellency the Vice President was present. He spoke very warmly about India and our bilateral ties. We have since then had a number of activities. I would like to thank Maldives, the government of Maldives, the people of Maldives, for actively participating in this Dosti-Ekuverikan week and making it a resounding success. We had a number of events. We had the blood donation camp, we had the eye camp, we had a lovely band from India that played in public places. We had a film week, we had food from India, the taste of India, and a whole lot of activities which were being very actively participated by the Maldivians. We thank them for supporting in this Dosti endeavor, and today is the grand finale, and we end with the Republic Day of India, and we shall be having some entertainment once this formal part is over. I do not really wish to take much time. Just want to say that long live India-Maldives friendship and Jai Hind. Thank you. I would now request His Excellency, the Minister from the President's Office, Mr. Sharif, to say a few words and a message from His Excellency the President. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Shri Rajiv Sahare, Srimati Preeti Sahare, ambassadors and high commissioners accredited to the Maldives, my honorable colleagues from the Cabinet of Ministers, distinguished invitees, friends from India and the Maldives. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. At the outset, let me, with honor and joy, complete my duty in conveying to you, Your Excellency the High Commissioner, diligent staff at the High Commission, and our neighborly people of India, warm greetings and felicitations on this auspicious occasion of India's Republic Day. Excellencies, to some, India is a country. To others, it is a continent. To many, it is a civilization. But to me, India is a world. India is a country with so many flavors, colors, and sceneries. A country of tremendous vibrance. From the chilly beauty of the Himalayas to the exotic beaches of Kerala, the rainforests of Sundarbans, the beautiful desert of Rajasthan, which we last month, or rather earlier in the month, were fortunate enough to visit, the gardens of Bangalore, very familiar territory for me, and of course, the beautiful metropolis of Delhi. So much variety, so much vibrance, so much color, and so many smiles. We in the Maldives are privileged, as were our forefathers, to have India as our closest and nearest neighbor. The relationship between India and Maldives, of course, dates back to before written history, at least on our part. And it's always been a relationship that has been mutually beneficial, where our people, small as we are, have benefited, while in some measure, I'm confident that having a friend due south has been a comforting and fruitful reality for our friends from India, large as they are. I must congratulate His Excellency, the High Commissioner, and the diligent members of staff at the High Commission for this week-long celebration. It has been designed, as His Excellency rightly noted, to reach 6 days of activities to reach a finale with this auspicious occasion. So much variety, so many activities, and so many reminders of our friendship. May I also highlight at this occasion that while 2014 is, I concur with His Excellency, and I'm confident, and year that is surely going to be historic in our bilateral ties, it may actually be overshadowed. 2015, Excellencies, is a special year for the Maldives. As you all know, we will be celebrating our Golden Jubilee of Independence next year. It is also the auspicious occasion of the Golden Jubilee of our bilateral ties with India. 50 years of friendship, 50 years of trust, 50 years of cooperation. In conclusion, as I can see a lot of shaving dishes behind me, so I'm confident that in addition to the music, they tell me that the name of the band is What's in a Name? In the case of the week that has gone by, the name says everything, Excellency. Dosti-Ekuverikan. That alone signifies the relationship that we have enjoyed. Last week, when I was speaking to the President, we were discussing in synonyms. And I must congratulate His Excellency on his pronunciation of Ekuverikan. The way he is improving by the day. If you take the letters of Dosti, to me at least, D would stand for destiny. In Indo-Maldives ties, we have a shared destiny, a common destiny. So D definitely must stand for destiny. O must be opportunity. Tremendous opportunities we've shared and we've enjoyed over the past 49 years. S, as my remarks may add weight to, must be superlatives. So many of them to describe our ties. T must be trust, the foundation of our relationship. It has always been based on trust, unshakable. Indo-Maldives ties are based on trust. And I, as the High Commissioner, will concur, must be Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital. It has to be the symbol of our ties. In concluding my remarks, may I yet again convey to all our Indian friends warm wishes on behalf of the President, the government, and people of the Maldives. Sincere felicitations on this auspicious occasion, and I will try and keep my conclusions in sync with His Excellency in saying, long live Indo-Maldives friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that very inspiring speech, and thank you, Your Excellency, for the very interesting speech. Well, tonight is a night of celebration and acknowledgement. Felicitations of partners in the India-Maldives Dosti-Ekuverikan Week celebrations. To do the honors, I would like to call upon Mr. Sanjay Rana, Deputy High Commissioner. Distinguished guests, please welcome Mr. Sanjay Rana.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, Mr. Mohammad Hussain Sharif. Thank you for these warm words in which you have lucidly conveyed how time-tested ties between India and Maldives have been prospering and have been going from strength to strength. Thank you for conveying the words of felicitation and congratulations from Honorable President of Maldives, Mr. Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom. As Mr. High Commissioner has mentioned, in the last 1 week, we have celebrated in Maldives Dosti-Ekuverikan week, in which we have organized a number of events. There has been an eye camp at Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, at Hullumale Hospital. There was a blood donation camp at National Thalassemia Center. In addition, we had cultural performances. We had food festival, we had music festival, a yoga camp, and number of other activities. A large number of organizations, individuals, both Indian and Maldivians, helped us in organizing these events. They made these events successful. We would like to take this opportunity to felicitate these individuals and organizations. I would request His Excellency, the High Commissioner, to come to stage to felicitate these individuals. We have large number of very distinguished guests with us. I would be requesting these guests to come in turn to the stage and felicitate these individuals. Excellencies, I take your permission to call your name. Please come to stage when your name is called, and then I will call the name of the gentleman who will be felicitated. May I request Mr. High Commissioner to come to stage. I would first call Honorable Speaker of People's Majlis, Mr. Abdullah Shahid, to stage. I would request Mr. Ranjan Gupta, CEO of State Bank of India, to come to stage. Friends, State Bank is a very well-known name in Maldives. They have been helping the industry and businesses in Maldives for several years now. And they have helped our celebrations by being our main sponsors. Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Friends, in Maldives, particularly in Malé, India and Maldives have worked together to set up several development projects. The latest project is Faculty of Tourism and Management Studies, which is almost ready and will be soon handed over in a ceremony next month. An Indian company, NBCC, has played a stellar role in preparation and building of this project. I would invite their general manager, Mr. Venugopal, to stage to come and receive. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for your support. I would now request Honorable Foreign Minister, Madam Dunia Mamoon, to come to stage. I would request Mr. Vikas Jain of Exports to come to stage. Exports is a major Indian company involved in export and import from Maldives. Their CEO, Mr. Ramesh Kumar Mutha, has been a generous supporter of the India-Maldives Dosti Week. I invite Mr. Vikas Jain to receive shield on his behalf. I invite Mr. Kalyan Raman of India Club to come to stage. In Maldives, we have more than 25,000 Indians living there, involved in various vocations and professions. They have come together to form this India Club, which is very dynamic club, involved in many altruistic activities. They had organized a blood donation camp at ADK Hospital and National Thalassemia Center. Thank you, ma'am. I invite Honorable Minister of Defense and National Security, Mr. Mohammad Nazim, to come to stage. Thank you, sir. Friends, in India Week, India Maldives Dosti Week, you would have seen the logo that was designed by the United Artists of Maldives. They have been working with us for organizing a painting competition throughout Maldives. All the school students all over Maldives are drawing paintings which will be judged by United Artists of Maldives. There are several prizes. I will invite the President of United Artists of Maldives, Mr. Ahmed Sueb, to come to stage. Air India is an icon of India, and it has been flying to Maldives for several years. It has done a stellar job, and they have been a great supporter of our activities. We invite Mr. T.S. Kohli, General Manager of Air India, to come to stage. Thank you, sir. I invite Honorable Minister at President Office, Mr. Mohammad Hussain Sharif, to join us on the stage. In last 3 days, there has been an eye camp at IGMH hospital, which has been very successful. Several hundreds of people turned up for their eye checkups. And there was a team of Indian doctors that was led by Dr. Shashank Gang. I would invite Dr. Shashank Gang to come to stage. Dr. Arun Singhvi is another member of this Indian medical team. I invite him to the stage. Dr. Kundan Kumar Singh, Senior Eye Consultant, please come. I invite Honorable Minister of Economic Development, Mr. Mohammed Said, to stage. There are a number of businesses in Maldives, Indian businesses, which have been supporting us. So it's very appropriate that they receive this shield from Economic Minister. I will call Mr. Manoj of Mr. Achas Papadam Restaurant. I invite Mr. Sumit Raj of Curry Pot. I invite Mr. Gopal of Indian Emporium in Maldives. I think they are very busy people. We will keep their shields. We will felicitate them. Yeah. I invite Dr. Amrinder Mishra, Director, India Cultural Center in Malé. Dr. Mishra has started this center in 2011. He has worked hard and established a center which is flourishing now. We have yoga classes, we have Kathak classes, we also have classes in tabla. His students will be performing tonight for us. Thank you, Doctor. Today, we have also received a team of Indian Armed Forces doctors who will be based in Sanaya Hospital in Malé and will be treating patients here. The team is led by Colonel Anand Srivastav. I will invite him to receive shield on his behalf of his team. Tonight, we will also see a performance by Indian band, which has come all the way from Mumbai. What's in the name to perform here tonight? I invite manager Mr. Klins Verghese as well as vocalist of the band to come to stage. Thank you, sir. Thank you, distinguished guests, for being so supportive. As we now move to the cultural program, I would like to thank all the distinguished guests here for joining us on this reception of 65th Republic Day of India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay Rana, for thanking everybody and doing the acknowledgements. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I know the dinner is awaiting. Now, the formal bit of the evening is over, and then the light evening begins. The establishment of an Indian Cultural Center in Malé in 2011 has been further promoting people-to-people contacts and facilitating the visits of Maldivian artists and scholars to India. The Indian Council of Cultural Relations, ICCR, has been promoting cultural exchanges and mutual understanding between India and other countries. It was founded in 1950 by Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, independent India's first education minister. The Council has sent a music group to perform during a Dosti-Ekuverikan week, and very shortly we will have them on stage.
To begin the program will be a performance of Kathak dance. It is based on India's national song, Vande Mantram, and will conclude with classical Sargam. 8 young dancers who are students at Indian Cultural Center in Male will present this dance. Following that will be Tabla Vadya, performance by Sri Islam Khan, Tabla teacher at Indian Cultural Center, and his students who will present fusion music with Boduberu artists from Habes Boduberu Group. And of course, the next is What's in the Name. Cleans Varghese and his team will perform tonight. What's in the Name is a band from Mumbai. The band is about 3 years old and has been gaining popularity in India, mostly playing in public places. So you will see the young and talented band very shortly. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, do enjoy the evening.